Hi, my name is Nate Veldt. I'm an assistant professor of computer science at Texas A&M University, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick overview of my 2023 web conference paper on cut matching games and hypergraphs. If you're watching this video, chances are you agree with me that many web-based datasets can be modeled by a graph. Graphs can model things like friendships in a social network, co-purchased retail products in an e-commerce dataset, and links between different web pages. However, many of these datasets are characterized by multi-way interactions and may be better modeled by a hypergraph, which captures multi-way relationships using hyperedges that involve possibly more than two nodes at once. For example, people participate in group conversations via email and posts on social media, shoppers purchase multiple retail products at once, and users click on a group of related links during the same browsing session. My paper focused specifically on hypergraph clustering, where the goal is to find clusters of related nodes that share many hyperedges with each other, but few hyperedges with the rest of the hypergraph. A standard approach for finding clusters is to minimize a ratio cut objective, which measures the ratio between a cut function and some measure of a cluster's size, represented here by a function pi that could measure just the number of nodes in the cluster, the volume of the cluster, or some other related measure. One interesting and challenging thing about hypergraph clustering is that there are many different ways to separate the nodes of a hyperedge into two clusters. For example, I may wish to penalize the blue and the green hyperedge differently in this small example, since the blue hyperedge has two nodes in the cluster S, but the green hyperedge has only one. This has led to the recent notion of a generalized hypergraph cut function, and there's a growing body of research on minimizing hypergraph clustering objectives under generalized notions of cuts. The main contribution of my paper is the first approximation algorithm that comes with an order log n approximation guarantee and applies to generalized hypergraph cut functions. The algorithm is also fast and practical, unlike previous approximation algorithms that satisfy nice theoretical guarantees, but are mostly viewed as theoretical results. Here's a quick comparison between two different variations of my method, in light and dark blue, and two existing approximation algorithms. Each point in the plot represents running one method on one small hypergraph. The red and yellow points are results for two previous approximation algorithms based on semi-definite and linear programming relaxations. These have tighter lower bounds and better approximation ratios if they can be run in practice, but the problem is that they run out of time and memory very quickly for very small problems. The SDP algorithm already takes over 4 hours for very small problems, while our method easily terminates in under a second. The other methods also only apply to the simplest notion of hypergraph cut, which is being used here for the comparison. My algorithm is based on generalizing the so-called cut matching games framework for expansion in graphs, hence the title of the paper. The details are too technical for a short intro video, but if you are interested in learning more about how we obtain these results, you can check out the paper for more details. Thanks for listening.